Okay, so today I'm going to talk about what you should do as a physical therapist when it comes to domestic violence. So the first thing you should do is speak up. If you see a situation, if you see like some red flags, any signs or symptoms, kind of speak up, ask the patient maybe what's going on, or if you see something pretty violent, please report that. But when you do speak up to the patient, when you're asking them, just listen to them, try to be really understanding. Don't blame the person for anything, validate their feelings, because they might feel that this situation is their fault. And even if you know it's not their fault, you still need to validate their feelings and what they're going through, and just believe the victim. Again, if they think it's their fault, they're going to think it's their fault and they're in this really horrible situation. And of course you want to get them out of it, but don't say like, oh, it's not your fault or whatever, because they might back away. And so create this really open environment for the patient. And I would give them the domestic violence hotline, which is 800-799-7233. But at the end of the day, if you suspect that someone is in an immediate danger or really does need help, call 911 right away. Better safe than sorry, and you can really help someone that way. And additional to that, what we're required to do about it is based on the APTA, physical therapists do have responsibility to act in cases of suspected abuse. We are required by law to report any findings we see to CPS and APS. And please just include this in your documentation process. It's just gonna save your back at the end. And yes, and so the Texas law requires that healthcare providers, you have to offer referrals to domestic violence programs and victim service agencies, which some of those agencies are the Child Help National Abuse Hotline, National Domestic Violence Hotline, Domestic or Intimate Partner Violence Hotline at womenshealth.gov. These are all great resources that you can give your patient if they do need help. And just a reminder that you are going to be one-on-one with these patients, and they might not have another opportunity other than your treatment session to get these resources. So it is a great way to help save a patient's lives. But the Texas does mandate that medical professionals have to document domestic violence injuries in the medical record, refer patients to shelter, and inform patients that domestic violence is a crime. And these patients, they might love someone so much, they're not realizing that how they're being treated and how they're being emotionally abused really is domestic violence, and they do need help to help the situation, get away from the situation, whatever is best for that patient. And failure to report child abuse is neglect and will be a criminal offense by Texas law. Thank you.